And we are live, at least according to the YouTubies. We will find out if we actually have audio.
We got audio. Sorry, Giorgio. I need my command chair.
Jojo was like, no, my couch. I think you're the only one in at the moment, Adam, perhaps.
We did start a minute or two early.
No, we didn't at 7.
Well, by some clocks.
By the one on the internet, which I guess is the rightest one that we have. All right. I'll just hang out for a second, let other people trickle in. If anybody trickles in, this is kind of an odd time for me to hold the live because I usually do it like the second weekend, I think, and this is the first. And then, oh, Hummingbird's back. Zip.
That's rather loud.
Sorry. Try not to do it very much. And I'll start sketching away at my first one. And we'll see if anybody joins us.
Right.
Just be you and me tonight, Adam.
And the hummingbird.
And the hummingbird.
And Nigel.
Nigel is very much also present.
And Giorgio.
Oh, we might have another person.
And my hot toddy, which is made with a Damelo's distilled mead to be super honey.
Why do I feel like you didn't pronounce that correctly?
Because I have no idea how to pronounce it. Alrighty. I will person the chat. Staff the chat.
Get
Bunny
that chat.
is here. Hello, Bunny.
Hello.
Bunny. Our theme for tonight is movies.
Is at the movies.
At
so
the
it could
movies.
be characters like watching a movie, or it could be movie characters, or however we want to spin it. Mostly because we were thinking about going to see a movie tonight, and then I said, no, I should stay home and do a postcard stream instead. So you're all welcome.
All right. And John has joined us as well.
Hello.
Five one. Let me think. What type of animal is broccoli?
What?
Kale.
Oh, from my sci-fi book?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of animal he'd be. Like a pissed off golden retriever?
Mm.
Like he's a golden retriever when he's like not being enslaved against his will to fight in gladiatorial games.
Is this your list of postcard people for
Yes.
this month?
The people with the check marks are the ones who are still getting a postcard.
We have 6 to make. Not. So I was wondering if I'd recognize any and then could like theme, because you should definitely have an animal popping out of a popcorn, of a bucket of popcorn. I'm trying to figure out which one. And like, if Hedgehog, I think it's Hedgehog Dilemma was here, putting a hedgehog in it for them.
I mean, I think, is it my mom's one? I think it's my mom's one. I don't know what sort of animal she would have.
Let's see. So I'm going to write that down. Animal in popcorn. You could do a duck a la Scrooge McDuck diving into their vault of money, except it is a vault of popcorn.
It's popcorn. Delicious popped corn.
a polar bear themed something because they're on the ices.
Yeah. Ices at the movies.
So John Young just watched Ballerina, a John Wick spin-off in the movie theater. It's not the best, but decently good. Are you looking forward to watch it in the theaters or wait until on streaming?
I don't have much interest in that one.
Spam, why are you calling now?
The movie that we were maybe gonna go see was Bring Her Back, I think is what it's called.
Yes, that was on the list.
Well, almost
Advertisement for me.
Advertisement.
And I'm back.
It's almost time for 28 Years Later, which I'm very excited about because I love 28 Days Later.
Have you seen any of the movies in the John Wick universe?
No, they don't speak to me. I mean, yeah, he's trying to avenge his dog, but like that's the beginning and end of my interest in that. I'm kind of over action movies with just some guy who's like super powered running around being some guy. I understand that he doesn't really have superpowers, but he does. He has plot armor. And so he just always wins. Sorry, my nose is very itchy tonight. I blame pollen. All right, so we got our first one. Very simple. It's just a bunny and his friend watching a movie.
With popcorn the size of your face.
Well, the size of the mouse's face.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Adam, your suggestion was something jumping out of a popcorn bucket. Is that basically the only suggestion we've had so far?
Well, more like a head peeking out, not that they're jumping out, or like somebody that is stuck. My second suggestion is a duck dive, Scrooge McDuck dive into the popcorn machine or vat. Third suggestion is something polar bear related.
What sort of animal should be coming out of the popcorn bucket?
That is an excellent question. Anyone from the chat want to help? What kind of like an otter or a mustelid ferret is a cute head peeking out. That's for your mom, Raph or Mousy. And although ferrets would make sense for their grand ferret.
That's true.
So Firelight is here, and technically their 5 unhinged suggestions are all characters from movies next month.
Yeah, I knew that Firelight's wouldn't be any different because they always have movie-related superhero suggestions. So this is just a regular old drawing stream for Firelight. Nothing has really changed.
John asks, why didn't you watch Bring Her Back in the theaters, or will you wait a little later?
We're going to go see it in theaters today, and then I was like, actually, I should do a drawing stream instead, because otherwise I will get too far behind. This month is super busy.
So you do still plan to see it in the theater?
I hope to, unless it's like out of theaters already. It might be out of like the more local theater, but still playing in the Dells.
Bunny is trying to come up with a suggestion, but they struggle at suggestions.
Well, you just got to come here every time, and you'll get the practice.
We have a new suggestion as a cow dressed as John Wick, a good Wisconsin theme, especially with Butterfest this weekend.
Yeah, but Butterfest is a real failure.
Firelight says they do have many other inspired ideas too.
Bigfoot.
I mean, you draw a popcorn bucket and then just two big feet on either side, and like that's like the
I'll draw
majority
a
of the
popcorn
car.
bucket and two ape-like hands and be like, it's really zoomed in.
Yeah, or that. Could you draw a xenomorph?
Probably not. Even with a reference, I probably could not.
Maybe the head or hand of a xenomorph?
I don't know. What do their hands look like?
Long and black?
Doing bubble letters on this popcorn container, and I just remember when I was a kid and like being able to draw bubble letters was like exciting because I grew up like in the 90s and 2000s, so we had nothing better to do with ourselves.
All right, number one, inspired suggestion from Firelight. Crypto and the flying dino in the new Jurassic World trailer. Are they playing or fighting?
I have not seen the new Jurassic World trailer, so I don't even know what flying dino is in it. Maybe I'll take a break and go watch the trailer.
Welcome, Lunar Muse. You did indeed not miss it. We have just begun. Our theme tonight is, I forgot, At the Movies.
At the Movies.
So if you have any movie-related suggestions, feel free to share.
Can be creatures at the movies, watching a movie, characters from movies, whatever really we want to do.
The Rats of Nim watching Watership Down.
Oh my god. I don't know, that's kind of fun actually, although I don't know. Mrs. Brisby doesn't need the trauma.
And if it's too much for one postcard, you have the Rats of Nims watching a screen on one postcard, and another postcard is you have the screen they're watching, which is Watership Down. And maybe just like a couple rat ears in front of it. So like you have the two cards linked together, and people can try to kind of like Highlander hunt each other down and try to get the complete card.
A lot of the people I send cards to aren't even in the same country, Adam.
Exactly. That's why it's like Highlander.
They're like, we have to meet up to put our postcards together from this obscure YouTuber no one's heard of.
Aye, people have heard of you. We've just jumped to 7 viewers.
Whoa!
Also, it is statistically probable that Jenna Maressa has heard of you and hated you.
Moressi?
You have disparaged her writing.
If she has noticed me at all, she has certainly decided, and probably rightly so, that I am beneath her notice, as I am not a hugely popular booktuber.
Oh, I like Firelight's suggestion number 2. Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four as a kitty. A handsome gray kitty, because kitties can stretch and squeeze into places.
All right, here it is. Ferret popcorn.
Yes.
All right. Who suggested Watership Down? The Rats of Nim watching Watership Down.
That was me.
Oh, you've had too many suggestions already, Adam. I have to do somebody else's suggestions.
We have John Wick, Crypto, the Flying Dino, playing or fighting, And then Mr. Fantastic as a handsome gray kitty.
Let me
Those
look-
are the non-Adam suggestions.
Let me look at the what outfit for Mr. Fantastic.
Let's see. Fireflight says it's the Quiz A something dino, biggest flying dino.
I do not know. It probably has big old wings and a beak. That would be my guess.
And that was a ferret. Was it a ferret?
Yes.
It was a ferret in the popcorn.
Yes, and the ferret has the. Hang on, let me get the thing on again because it's kind of probably hard to see. But the container of popcorn says popcorn, but the ferret has crossed out corn and instead written "Goes the Weasel." Because pop goes weasel, and also weasels, they do pop. Like if you have ferrets, the pop goes the weasel thing isn't just a dumb song. They go pop 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 all over the place. Let's see. Okay, what was I? Oh, I was looking at Mr. Fantastic. That's what I was doing. I got distracted. See how easily distracted I am.
Callison has joined us and does love the ferret in the bucket.
Hello, Callison. Sorry, we decided not to go out to the movies tonight and do this instead.
All right. Callison has suggested Willem Dafoe as a silly little guy from Nosferatu.
If Willem Dafoe, specifically from Nosferatu, was an animal, what would he be?
Bat?
I could see him maybe as a bat.
One of the really like big-eared, funny-eared bats.
Also, I feel like I need to do one of these as like a tribute to Sinners, but I don't know what I would do.
I shall ponder that and then catch up to chat. Mooner Muse waxes poetic that their movies are not their strong suit.
Aww.
But perhaps you can come up with a suggestion themed around one of your past trips to the movies or a fun, entertaining event that happened at the movies. Number 3 from Firelight is Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four as a seahorse, because it's funny. Alternatively, he could be one of those fish with see-through skin. Johnny Storm. Isn't Johnny Storm the fire guy?
Yes. Hence the humor, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
He has to be a sea creature where the males get pregnant.
Oh.
I don't know if that's part of it.
Firelight had a Sinners extra, Smoke and Stack as ferrets.
Ooh, they would be ferrets. They would totally be ferrets. 100%. Clever, crafty. Always got a scheme.
Up to a business.
I need to see that movie again, real bad. Is it going to be coming out on DVD soon? I hope so.
Callison suggests desert, long-eared, or Rathenskew big-eared.
I'm assuming those are types of bats.
Yes.
That Willem Dafoe as a silly little guy would be.
Yes. It's like, you got it, Julian, because Johnny's actually a player.
How's everybody's weekend going so far?
No, mosquito, get out of my drink.
No, mosquito. It's too good for you.
I wonder if that was a lady mosquito coming from the honey smell.
Maybe. I mean, the males are pretty easy to tell.
Oh, sorry. I got it backwards. It was a male mosquito. The boys like the flowers, the girls like the blood. Let's see. Lunar Muse is still alive. I mean I'm glad, but that's not exactly a fun story from the movies.
Well, I asked how everybody's weekend was going. So apparently, Lunar Muse still alive, which is how a weekend is going.
Firelight has researched the dino. It's the Quetzalcoatlus.
Oh, the Quetzalcoatlus?
And Firelight's like, try to pronounce that, Adam.
Yeah, he just did. It's the Quetzalcoatlus.
Quetzalcoatlus.
I believe. I'm not actually looking at the chat, but I'm going to guess that that's what it is.
I think so. Welcome,
Quetzalcoatl.
Good evening to you as well.
Quetzalcoatl, I believe, is an Aztec god. I believe. It's been a long time.
Yes. Coolin and any other lurkers who haven't said hello, our theme for tonight is at the movies, if you have any suggestions. And yes, the Quetzalcoatlus has a 11 to 12 meter wingspan. And Julie and I have done a lot of studying of them, because one of their books that is it, did you put it out anywhere to the world?
Which one?
The Drake flying one.
Oh, the one with wyverns? No.
Yeah.
It's sitting in first draft form till I get back to it.
I was wondering if it was like an archive of our own or something like that.
No, although I should really eventually get back to it and do something with it before my writing craft so far exceeds that I'd have to rewrite the damn thing.
But yes, we had a dragon flying book before dragon flying books flooded the market.
Before Civet Fourth Wing happened.
Based it on the Quetzalcoatl and did much studying of that.
Much is a strong word. A little studying of them.
I did much. You did a little.
And it's not dragons, actually. It's wyverns in my book.
Yes.
Because they walk on their wings. Anyway, here he is, Mr. Fantastic, using his stretchy powers to reach and knock down a cup of water. I couldn't go too much further with the stretch because I would have run out of paper, but there he is. All right. Okay, so Smoke and Stack as ferrets. What do we? Let me look at a reference of them so I get their outfits.
All right. We lost Callison for a moment because they forgot to water their garden.
Uh-oh.
And Firelight has great news. The pizza is finally ordered. Not yet arrived, but at least ordered.
Huzzah!
Hopefully it is delivered efficiently. I've lost what this comment is in reference to, but Firelight says, sounds right. I keep thinking of the fox it's named after. I'm
not sure. Maybe you're referring to the Quetzalcoatlus? I don't know if it's named after a fox, or if that might actually be referencing something else, and I just am also missing the reference.
All right. Cool Imp has some popcorn themed suggestions. They love dragons, so a small dragon in a big tub of popcorn, or a normal dragon in a volcano filled with popcorn.
Well, I am very fond of small dragons, as evidenced, I should say, by my Household Dragons tarot cards. Oh, you guys want a sneak peek at the one I'm working on right now? Hang on.
Yeah.
Sneak peek. This one is for the suit of plants, obviously. Don't know what number it is yet, but...
Coolin has always loved Dragon Riders as well, although technically, yes, Julian is correcting me, Wyvern Riders in her book.
How do you all pronounce it? I pronounce it wyvern. Adam pronounces it wavern. I've also heard it wyvern. How do y'all pronounce that word?
Firelight is a fan of your Fantastic Four kitty. She's like, knock that cup over.
Cup is going down. Dare I ask why?
Okay, so this is number 4 unhinged idea from Firelight, which is Invisible Woman from the Fantastic Four as Bigfoot.
It's just a blank postcard.
Maybe.
All right.
I mean, they're not always invisible.
I know, but that'd be so funny.
You can have your outfit on a table with like the number 3 on it, because I think they're 3, and then maybe like a footprint.
Do they like actually canonically have to be naked, or was that like a movie thing? Am I even remembering correctly that was a movie thing?
I do not recall. Perhaps the audience will assist us.
Firelight knows, I'm sure.
KK Chapman has joined us, and they share their movie experience of watching Back to the Future trilogy back to back. And they say it's a weird experience, and I'm not sure that I would recommend it.
Yeah, we did that once when I was growing up, and it is weird.
All right, number 5, unhinged, is The Thing from the Fantastic Four as a kangaroo.
I feel like Firelight might be excited about the Fantastic Four movie.
I don't know why you would think that.
I know, it's just a hunch that I have, just a shot in the dark.
Cool Imp, I think, says they pronounce it wyvern.
Okay, that's the way I pronounce it.
Callison also does wyvern. And Firelight says, this way, Julian can choose what parts of Bigfoot she wants to draw.
None of them. That's why it's a blank postcard. It's a deep cut. No one will understand. This person gets the postcard and they're like, Julian?
And Firelight also says the suit changes with her. It's like in The Incredibles.
I have this weird memory. It's been 1,000 years since I saw the old movies, but I have this weird memory of them like trying to have an excuse to get her naked. So like maybe at first she had to be naked for it to work. I can't remember. I just have this weird feeling.
You might be thinking of Mystic Men. Is that it?
Mystery Men?
Mystery
No,
Men.
I do know that that's in Mystery Men, but no, that's not what I'm thinking of.
Firelight shares they watched all of the Back to the Future back to back in one day as well, and that is the only time they've seen them.
Scarred you for life, I understand. No, they're the first and the third one are really good.
And they mentioned they mostly just excited for Invisible Woman.
So not for Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, but Pedro.
And Firelight does confirm they had Jessica Alba be naked before they had the suit at one point in the first movie.
See, I knew I had that memory. Like they wanted an excuse to get a hot actress naked, even though obviously they couldn't show all of her or anything like that. But like, all right, I am taking forever on this because I am capturing the essence of Smoke and Stack in ferret form. So this might take a little while. I think I've got it. I think I've really got their essence nailed down, but it's a process.
Coolin says or asks, Mystery Man, was Kenan or Cal the one who likes orange soda?
No, I think we're thinking of different Mystery Men. The one I'm thinking of was with the Blue Raja who threw silverware and the Spleen whose power was flatulence based. Can you tell this was a movie from the early 2000s?
Is it Mystery Men or Mystic Men?
Mystery Men.
Mystery. Invisible Boy is Paul Rubin. Can't forget the bowler.
Oh yes, the bowler.
And
I love the bowler. How did he die? He fell down an elevator shaft onto some bullets. The police suspected foul play, as have I.
All right, let me catch up to the
Suits
chat.
are hard. Like, why are both Smoke and Stack wearing suits? I hate drawing suits.
Because suits are sexy.
It's
when they're
true.
well
They both
tailored.
look fantastic in them, but seriously, boys.
Firelight does reluctantly admit that Pedro is a lovely bonus.
I don't even know who's playing the Invisible Woman.
Coolin was like, Mystery Men was the Ben Stiller movie? Yes. Ben Stiller was in it. I'm pretty sure that's Ben Stiller. And Coolin was like, yeah, it was. Cal Mitchell. Paul Rubin was the Spleen.
Oh, the Spleen.
And Firelight. We used to have cheap plug-and-play video games as a kid, including one for Fantastic Four. Invisible Woman was the best to play because she has the best powers.
Who is playing the new Invisible Woman?
Google, help. Vanessa Kirby?
No idea.
I like everyone has what they're playing under them, and then we get to John Malkovich, and it's just nothing. So he's just, I'm assuming, playing himself.
John Malkovich is in this?
Yeah.
Okay. Still capturing the essence of Smoke and Stack over here in ferret form.
All right. Firelight is clarifying. They forgot to mention that the Thing from the Fantastic Four is a kangaroo because they're jacked rabbits.
Okay.
And then she's like, I mean deer, jacked deer.
Still confused.
I mean, so the Thing is the rocky, muscular-y one.
Yes.
And so I could see kangaroos being like the roided up version of rabbits as like one way to interpret them. They're also they're kind of like the deer of Australia and much more buff and will kick you in the face or punch you in the face versus like white-tailed deer of America.
Those are only dangerous during breeding season.
Or when men and tourists are stupid. Firelight shares they don't know the actress, but she's a British lady, and she's liked what they've seen so far.
Sorry, it's taking so long, guys. I'm really committed to this drawing.
I was hoping you'd get this committed to the Rats of Nim watching Watership Down.
Well, I told you, you've kind of given too many suggestions. I need to do other people's suggestions.
Yeah, but my suggestions are amazing.
Your suggestions are good. I like the Rats of Nim Watership Down suggestion. It's just like, oh man, I'm gonna do their legs now. Why did I draw them so you could see their legs? Come on, Julian.
Frelick also wants to share that their high school art teacher showed us how fun it was to draw the thing because his skin is just the same shape over and over, at least in the comics. Reminds me of the one drawing I drew for Julian, which was basically thousands and thousands of the same shape of scale over and over again.
I had him try his best and drew me a picture one time.
And now she's hidden it away.
I actually honestly don't know where it is. I'm a horrible wife. Don't know where it is.
Indeed.
Just the worst. We've moved twice since you drew me that picture.
Coolem says, I'm in the middle of rewriting one of my books line by line to see if I can't find issues.
Wow.
I bet you can, if like doing it line by line, I bet you can find issues.
That's a lot. I have never been that committed and redone a book line by line.
You've redone books, but not line by line.
Yeah, not line by line. All right. I kind of got lazy with their legs, but whatever. The faces are what matters. So here we have them. It's our boys in ferret form. The hats are hard. I realized as I started to draw them that both of them have difficult to draw hats. Right. I think you said I had 6. Let me look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I have 7.
We have 4 done, I believe.
Yes. So
we have a new suggestion. The shark from Jaws is the goodest boy. Probably looks like Deadpool's pet land shark named Jeff.
2, 3, 4. Sorry, Nigel. All right. Yes, Nigel. I disturbed him. He's sleeping next to me, and I disturbed him.
The guy from Unbreakable is a duck.
Unbreakable duck, huh? Curious, why duck? What draws you to duck for that character? I feel like I need to not draw more Fantastic Four since I already got one Fantastic Four in this set. Let's see, what are some other movies that we like?
All right. Duck diving into bucket, shark as good as boy, dragon in a popcorn bucket.
Oh yeah, I liked the little dragon in the popcorn.
Popcorn.
I like the little dragon in the popcorn because it just suits all the dragons I have anyway. So just draw one of them guys.
That is the Sinner suggestion. We do have the Willem Dafoe suggestion.
Oh yeah, as a little guy. I have to rewatch that scene at some point. I don't really have much urge to rewatch that whole movie. Just the scene of Willem Dafoe scurrying along down the street gives me life.
Get that one. All right. They reminded us of Crypto and Dino. Callison's like he's clacking his heels as he's scurrying. We have a suggestion from Cool Imp of Tank Girl as a ferret on the barrel of a tank.
I probably have to just be the barrel because I'm not good at drawing machinery, tanks included.
William Dafoe as Norman Osborn as a koala.
We've heard that one before. Mostly, I have such a hard time translating the cragginess of Willem Dafoe's features onto something as plush and round as a koala. Like, it would look like a koala. It can either look like Willem or a koala. I don't think it can look like both.
Also, I don't know if you missed it, but Unbreakable's weakness is water. That's why it's ironic for Unbreakable to be a duck.
Oh, is his weakness water? I did
That's
not
what
remember
Firelight
that,
says.
like, at all. It's been,
I
again,
have not watched it.
it's been a very long time. You didn't watch Unbreakable, really?
No. You watched it without me?
Yeah, before I knew you. Like,
Uh-uh.
it's been ages since I saw Unbreakable. And I recall I didn't particularly like it, but possibly that's because everybody told me how amazing it was. And as soon as everybody tells me something's amazing, I build it up way too high in my head, and then I don't like it. I don't know how to stop myself from doing that.
All right. Maybe it was before you knew me. Unbreakable was released in November 2000.
Yeah.
I thought it was a TV series that was more recent than that.
No, it's one of Shyamalan's, like, early-ish movies. Before
He's
everybody.
got a lot of anti-water movies.
Yeah. You okay, Shyamalan? Yeah.
Wow.
What does he have against water?
The more that I think about it, the more because he had that beach one, island one he did recently.
Oh yeah,
they did
the beach
pool
or whatever.
One.
Oh, the Lady in the Water?
Yeah.
I like the Lady in the Water. It's so stupid, and I love that.
Apparently Unbreakable, and then I had another one in my head that was.
Help us out, chat. What else has Shyamalan done that's got water as a heavy component?
Unbreakable. Oh, didn't he do that alien invasion one?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you thought of that one. Yeah, where the aliens are vulnerable to water for some reason.
I hadn't thought of it, and then I forgot it, and I didn't name it off.
I forget what it's called. Wow.
Signs?
Yeah, Signs. I also did not like Signs.
Callison chimes in Signs, yes. Excellent. Firelight. Pinnacle of the night. Pizza has been acquired.
Woo, what kind of pizza?
I hope it is green olives and pineapples.
You would.
Because it is not only my favorite pizza, but Deadpool's favorite pizza.
Really? Deadpool likes
Yep.
green olives and pineapple?
According to the first Deadpool movie, it's his favorite pizza. Yeah, let me see. Coolant, this is an older comment, 61K/109K. Is that, have you cut 40K, 50K out of words out of your book, or what is that in reference to? Coolant shares, Tank Girl is objectively a horrible movie, but they love it. And Bunny too loves Tank Girl. The soundtrack is amazing.
I'm sure we've all got those movies where we're like, yeah, I know it's bad, but I love it anyway. For example, Lady in the Water. Objectively, not a good movie. Delightful, though. Just delightful.
Firelight shares that their pizza is double pepperoni because they love pepperoni.
Double pepperoni, wow.
A lot of pepperoni.
That is a lot of pepperoni.
Not as good as pineapple and green olive, though. The layers of flavor that come in that pizza. Oof.
Firelight wants one flavor, and that flavor is pepperoni.
Firelight shares, and Unbreakable, he almost drowns as a kid, and then he falls in a pool fighting a bad guy.
That movie left like a negative impression on my brain. And it's like a void when I try to think about what happened in it. The neighbors have been shooting all afternoon. I don't know if you all can hear that.
Coolant says that they also liked Lady in the Water, and they even liked Trap, as stupid as that ending was.
I've not watched that one yet. Shyamalan's newer stuff just doesn't appeal to me as much as like his older stuff. His older stuff, I don't know. There's just something about it. Like, one of the reasons I love Lady in the Water is how goofy and earnest it is. It's like Shyamalan being his most just openly earnest and trying to do like a fantasy story, and I'm like, oh, it's adorable.
So Firelight clarifies that they're invincible, or what was it? Unbreakable as a duck is basically a duck in a raincoat because they're still vulnerable to the water.
Yeah, how did he deal with rain or showering or any of that? If he's vulnerable to water. All right, here is Tiny Dragon in a popcorn bucket. Having an excellent time. Nigel, no. Oh no, everyone. Nigel has rested his head upon my remaining postcards. I am going to have to disturb him to get another one. So everybody, prime your ears for the Nigel sound.
Firelight clarifies that he's just vulnerable to drowning in water.
Oh, okay. All right, 3, 2, 1, Nigel sound. Oh, you didn't make a sound. Nigel, I got them all primed to hear you make a little mew. He zonked. Zonked.
Coolant clarifies that their progress is up. They started at 60,000 words. Now that they're at 110 on this version of the draft, they're continuing to work on it.
So perhaps you're an underwriter? Oh my God, the neighbors are like going crazy.
Hush, I don't know if they can hear it. Oh, they can hear it. All right. Do you have your next one, or do I need to go through the list?
No, I don't have my next one.
So we do have William Dafoe as Nosferatu, it from Nosferatu
Wait,
bat.
What kind of bats did...
Desert, long-eared, or Raffen-esque, big-eared.
Show me the bat, Google. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, look at him. Look at his little face. Oh my God, he's so cute. Now I have to look at what Willem Dafoe was wearing in that movie.
Do you need the second bat?
No, I like the first one. It's very cute.
I believe that is the one I had envisioned in my head as when I was suggesting bat as the critter. Oh. I don't know if you scrolled far enough over to see that one.
Oh no! He's been caught. He's distressed. Save him.
All right. This will be, I think we've got postcard number 6 idea down. So we've got one more postcard to do. So if you got any cool suggestions that you haven't shared yet or a final idea, we've got about 5-10 minutes to get those in the chat. And I will not let Julian commit to a new idea until she's at least heard all of our ideas. And I'll do one final recap as well. Coolant shares from earlier. It's because I like a lot of Josh Hartnett's work. Bunraku is underappreciated.
I don't know what either of those things. Well, I know that Josh Hartnett presumably is a director, actor. I don't even know that. Cinematographer? No idea.
Okay, Coolump is clarifying. I misunderstood. Their original manuscript is 110,000 words. They're redoing it line by line, and they are 61,000 words through redoing it, revising it line by line. Understand now. Thanks, Coolump. Appreciate your patience.
We got there in the end.
Calson just typed in top goofiest bats and got some amazing ones that showed up.
I don't know if I'm really not doing this creature justice, unfortunately.
Firelight liked the village because it looks nice. Also,
I like the village too.
Several books deep into Throne of Glass, and it was jarring to see a well-written romance.
Not Throne of Glass. The Village is also like one of my favorite Shyamalans. It is underrated. Like honestly, I don't even think The Village is a bad movie.
All right. Coolin, you got to give me at least a book, if not a character, because otherwise I'm just going to suggest broccoli.
Broccoli.
Callison says, bleakly as they should be in fabulous drag, looking at you live action. Bleakly? Who is Bleakly?
Bleakly is the alien from Lilo and Stitch.
Ah.
One of the two aliens. And yeah, in the new Lilo and Stitch movie, they leaned away from the like slapstick goofy visuals. Make it more realistic, I guess. I will not see the new Lilo and Stitch movie. I refuse. Lilo and Stitch was a perfect movie. We did not need a live action.
All right. Coolump says Hartnett is an actor. 30 Days and Nights, Hollywood Homicide. He was a heartthrob back in the early 2000s.
I have not seen any of those movies, I'm afraid.
Firelight agrees. Justice for Pleakley.
Seriously, Pleakley, a queer icon, a gender fluid icon. We've been robbed of that.
Firelight's like, that's shockingly the least of the new Lilo and Stitch's sins.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it like has sanitized all of the strong Hawaiian elements and also has completely missed the point about family by having Nani apparently abandon Lilo, even though the entire point of the first movie was that we don't abandon people.
K. Chapman suggests Doc Brown from Back to the Future as a fluffy owlet.
He is very owly.
Callison shares Luke saw the live action and says it was trash.
I refuse to give money to that. I mean, it's still making loads of money, so like my lacking of contribution doesn't matter, but I'm mad about it. I'm also mad about the new How to Train Your Dragon live action because How to Train Your Dragon, also perfect in animation. 1,000 out of 10, no notes. Why are we remaking it?
I got a brief commercial. All right. Firelight says, reminds me of their Lilo the Lobster idea, and Jamba is the villain now.
Yeah, because they couldn't figure out how to do Captain Gantu. He's a giant shark man. Like, why is that hard? CGI us up a giant shark man, guys.
All right. Coolin suggests one of your book characters as a movie poster. I tried to get them to actually have a character or a book, but they have not given us any greater clarification. Well, they can, now that the gunfire has stopped, they can hear the bird.
Oh, the bird. We have some good songbirds around here.
Yeah.
and some bad songbirds. Some of our songbirds are evil.
Ooh, that is a favorite of theirs. You could do Captain Amelia from Treasure Planet.
Captain Amelia. Definite girl crush. All right, I decided not to make him wear clothes because it is difficult to draw clothing on a bat. So, oops, hang on. I'm gonna do a street lamp here, maybe. Sketch a street lamp really fast. It'll be the ugliest street lamp in the world.
We have a suggestion for drawing an ostrich during the movie The Birds.
Oh my god, that's a funny mental image of like all of these birds attacking, and then all of a sudden you hear fucking ostrich running in out of nowhere. Ah! Also, I hear, though I have not seen it, I hear there is a new what's his name? I can't think of his name. You know that guy who made all those movies like Fateful Findings? What is his name? I know it, but it's left my brain. You guys know it.
Director?
Yeah, director, auteur.
Fateful what? Findings?
Fateful Findings. Oh, Firelight Beat You to It. Neil Breen. I hear there's a new Neil Breen movie.
You were thinking of Neil Breen because they had suggested Neil Breen as a Muppet in the chat, or
he is a Muppet already.
To do a tiger from a Neil Breen movie.
Neil Breen as a Muppet, facing off with the tiger. All right. Anyway, here is our bat. He doesn't look very Willem Dafoe-y, but we know what he's up to. He's clicking his little heels.
More ear feathers for them.
I mean, he's got the ear feathers.
Oh, but no, feather it when you finish him. Feather it in.
Oh, I see.
All right, so new suggestions: Neil Breen as a Muppet, ostrich from the Burbs, Captain Amelia, a book character in a movie poster, one of your book's characters in a movie poster, Doc from the Back to the Future as a fluffy owl, Pleakley in drag, William Dafoe's a koala, Tank Girl with a ferret on a tank. And then going back to our recap, duck diving, polar bear, a cow as John Wick, Crypto and the Flying Dino, Rats of Nim, watching Watership Down. We did that one. Johnny Storm as a seahorse. Did that one. Invisible Woman as Bigfoot. The Thing as a kangaroo. And Shark as a goodest boy. And Unbreakable as a duck wearing a raincoat. I am liking the Rats of Nim or the, where'd it go? Crypto and the Flying Doggo.
I'm kind of leaning towards Neil Breen.
I mean, I don't really know who Neil Breen is.
I'm feeling the Breen vibes, everyone. Has anyone seen the new Neil Breen movie?
Well, you're a interesting looking person. Oh goodness!
Are you looking at Neil Breen?
I am looking at Neil Breen, I think.
Yep, that's him. He is a character. Definitely a character.
Neil Breen is an American filmmaker and actor. Since 2005, he has made 6 feature films in which he acts as director, writer, producer, and lead star.
Mm-hmm. He almost always gets to have sex with a girl who's much younger than him. For no reason in the movie. Also, as you might expect, he is quite terrible at acting.
Yeah, usually finances his films independently from his earnings as a professional architect using amateur casts and crews.
I've heard that his latest one is all green screen. Like he used to film in some locations, but this time he's like, nope, green screen all the way, baby.
Good. In 2009, I'm Here Now. 2012, Fateful Findings. 2016, Pass Through. 2018, Twisted Pair.
Oh yeah, the new movie's a sequel to Twisted Pair.
2020, Neil Breen's 5 film retrospective. 2023, COD or Cade, The
Cade.
Tortured Crossing.
Yep, that's his newest one that's finally out on DVD.
Apparently, in that one, he also did casting, makeup, and hair.
This does not surprise me. And probably all of the green screen work.
Oh, and stunt coordinator and aerial rigging. Alrighty.
Yep.
I'm done with my deep dive into Neil Breen. Let's get back to the chat.
You're more educated now. Adam is now very educated about Neil Breen.
Firelight says that both this stream and the last stream had a lot of great suggestions.
We got some good ones.
Yeah, and I think the Firelight isn't aware of them doing anything recent, but yeah, that sequel in 23.
I think because it just recently came out on DVD, or somewhat recently came out on DVD. That's how I actually heard about it, because I'm not the biggest Breen follower. I just notice every now and then.
Firelight wonders if in the next one he'll use AI.
Probably. I would not be even slightly surprised if he went with a lot of AI.
You can only get so educated without watching his work. Apparently, Callison is trying to look up images of Neil Breen and is getting a lot of animorphs.
I don't know.
Firelight says, I think his last few are available to buy digitally, at least since Twisted Pair. Callison says the badly photoshopped images of him remind me of the old Animorph covers.
We should have a Neil Breen movie night.
That is an idea.
We maybe just watch one of his movies at a time. They're a lot. All right, so this one's not my best work, but whatever. It's Neil Breen. It's not his best work either. What do we expect? All right, here he is. Oh, let me back to the stream. Here he is, confronting the tiger in the famous wearing all denim and kneeling in front of a tiger scene. Made famous from, I forget which movie this is from. All right, let's go.
Yes, Kitty Flumpin, you joined just in time for us to be chatting about Neil Breen.
Welcome to the Neil Breen chat. All right, we are going to be going back through all the postcards that we did. Unfortunately, did you see somebody new just joined just in time for us to mostly be done? But so, in no particular order, because apparently I did not stack them in order, we have Smoke and Stack as ferrets. We have Mr. Fantastic as a kitty, using his stretchy powers to knock over the glass. We have a ferret in a bucket of puppet corn. We have a bunny and a mousey watching movies together. Just generally being cute. We have a tiny dragon in a bucket of puppet corn. We have Willem Dafoe from Nosferatu as a silly little guy, clicking his heels as he scurries down the street. And, of course, last, Neil Breen as a Muppet, which is what he is in real life. I will not be convinced otherwise. In his all-denim outfit as he encounters the tiger in the desert. Very meaningful, very powerful moment.
All right. A couple things in the chat that I haven't shared is one, Callison, Naja can hear the songbirds in the stream and is thinking there are birds around here. And then Coolin asks if you have a favorite Lauren Fishburne movie.
Lauren Fishburne. Oh my God, my brain is not working tonight. I know that name. Gonna look it up. I don't know if I have a favorite Lauren Fishburne movie, actually. A lot of these that I have not seen. So perhaps I do not, short of going through their entire filmography. Perhaps I have not. Adam, are you watching the chat, or am I in charge of the chat now?
You're in charge of the chat now.
Okay, let's see.
John Young's question: if there are any movies do you see in the theaters?
Many movies I see in theaters. I still try to get out to theaters. Everybody else still go out to theaters together. Let's see. I don't think I've seen him in much besides Matrix and John Wick. Yeah, me too. Like, my knowledge of him is actually pretty limited, unfortunately. Oh, Firelight, how do ferrets pop? Actually, I'm referring to how bouncy they are. So they'll be just like walking along, and all of a sudden they'll just go boing and leap into the air, like pop, 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 like popcorn. Like they'll be playing, and they'll just be like just bouncing all over the place, like they're popping, like popcorn. So, although they do make a noise that sounds like chuckling, which is called duking. So when they're making that noise, we say they're duking. That's one of the few noises ferrets make. Ferrets are actually very quiet animals. So a lot of times if there's a ferret in a movie, they'll have it make some sort of like little noise, and it's like, no, that ferret's not making any noise. Ferrets are very quiet. It's just unfortunate because if they get in trouble, sometimes they just are silent, and you're just like, how am I supposed to know you're in trouble if you don't alert me? I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. Event Horizon. Firelight thinks that the Breen postcard may be the best to date. All right, y'all. It has been a fun night making postcards. I have some ramen waiting for me that Cassidy brought back, was kind enough to bring back for us. So I'm going to go and heat that up and enjoy it. Thank you, everybody, for coming out to the stream, or rather staying in your homes probably to see the stream. The ramen was somehow better than the event. All right, everybody. I hope you have an excellent night, and we will. Oh, Adam's coming around to say the goodbye. We got a lot of like lens flare going on with these lights tonight. I forget who the director is who loves lens flare, but he'd be having a great time. Can't think of any of these names tonight. All right, you ready for the goodbye?
Always ready.
3, 2, 1. Bye.
Bye.
Now, end stream.